Alrighty, so we're recording now. So yes, we're gonna start in child's pose. Good old child's pose. And you can have the knees wide, or you can have the knees closer together, whichever feels the best here. And I'll just invite you to take some movements here to like sway the hips side to side and just adjust so that the head can rest somewhere comfortably. If you want to use your stacking of the hands or a prop, or if you can bring your forehead all the way to the mat. And taking a couple breaths into the back of your body, breathing into the back side of your rib cage, as well as laterally, both sides of your body in the rib cage. Just taking some pressure off the back and taking some nice big breaths. While you're here breathing, and while the third eye is touching something, whether it's your hands or the floor, create an intention or something to dedicate this hour to. Whatever first thing comes to mind, if it's a gratitude thing or if it's an intention of some kind. Just bringing your focus to that thought that you create. Take a big breath in and out to prepare to move. And then we'll slowly roll up to all fours. Shift forward and come down through your chaturanga all the way down to your belly. And then scoop the heart away from the floor, press the feet into the mat, find any back bend variation of your choice. I'm going to take Sphinx. If you want to come up to your up dog or a little lower to a baby cobra. Let's take 3 breaths, pulling the heart forward. And we'll come down to rest. Plant the palms. And then press up through tabletop. And we'll come to tabletop, spread the fingers wide, and we'll take some cat-cow stretches here on your own. Nice. Take a couple more cat-cows. Get a sip of water here real quick. Make sure you stay hydrated. There we go. You can hold cat or cow at a time if you'd like, or you can kind of flow back and forth. Here it is. Good. Bring your spine back to neutral. Let's reach the right arm forward, left leg back. Either toes stay down on the floor or lift it up and spread the toes. Press the sole of the foot, if it's lifted, towards the back of your room as if you're pressing the floor, or not the floor, you're pressing the wall away from you. Take a breath in and lengthen through your fingertips and the sole of your foot. Then exhale, curl and round, elbow towards knee. Inhale, lengthen. We're going to do 3 total. Exhale, curl and round. 1 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, lengthen. And then plant both hand and knee back to the mat. Switch sides. Left arm reaches forward, right leg back. Either keep it down or lift it, engage it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee towards elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, belly button towards spine. Inhale, reach. And then 1 more, exhale, curl and rounds. Inhale, reach. And exhale, all 4 limbs to the mat. Curl the toes under and make your way to downward dog. So we're getting some movement in right away for this particular morning because it is cold. It's cold, cold, cold. So wiggle it out, pedal the feet 1 at a time. And once you kind of realize what pose you're in at this point, you know, when you kind of are transitioning poses and you get into your down dog and you kind of get through those moments of what's uncomfortable here and getting settled, then come back to your breath and warm the breath, breathing in into the throat, maybe slightly constricting the throat airway to help build some warmth in there into the throat and the heart. And from here, slowly just start to walk or tiptoe the feet forward until you come to a forward fold and adjusting accordingly so that you can fold just the right amount. Soften the knees if you need to. Let the head relax so the neck can lengthen and create some space between the vertebrae of the spine. Then let's all inhale together and lift halfway. You still see me? I think so. Cool. Exhale, refold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold back forward. And then when you're ready, inhale, we'll sweep the arms out and up, come to standing. Exhale, hands come down along your sides, Tadasana. I'm just gonna adjust you guys back so you can see me because we're gonna do some standing sequences here. So hopefully that'll work. There we go. So we're at Tadasana at the top of your mat. Grounding the feet, shifting the weight until you're nice and centered in your little center of gravity. My cat's playing with a toy over there, just so you know. So we're in Tadasana. We're going to bring hands together in prayer position in front of the heart. Shift your weight into your left foot. Come up to the right toes. Let's first find tree pose, just really briefly. Find your tree balance, whether the toes stay on the floor or if you want to come up to the calf muscle. Practice your tree, take a breath or two. And then use your focus, use that drishti or focal point that isn't moving, and start to float your right foot all the way to the back of the mat for warrior two. Good. Arms will reach out when you're ready for warrior two. I just can't win. My head's just always going to be cut off. I'm too tall for this thing. There we go. Nice warrior two. Nice. Looks good. I see Sally. Looks good. We'll bend and straighten the knee a few times if needed. Just so that the ankle and the knee are friends. There we go. And then let's just do some reverse and side angle here. So we're going to inhale, reach forward, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. You can either rest forearm to knee, or you can straighten the arm if you'd like. And we'll go back and forth 3 times. We'll inhale, reverse. Left arm reaches. Exhale, side angle. Right arm reaches. We'll take 2 more on your own. Breathing as you go. And about next breath, we'll meet in warrior two, nice and neutral. We'll straighten both legs and turn the toes out as needed. Arms will come out just into like tray arms, like you're holding 2 trays of snacks. We're going to bend the knees and sink the hips. And with the hands here, I'll invite you to take a mudra. You can bring the first finger and thumb to touch and create that energetic connection with the hands. And keeping that tailbone tucked, keeping the low belly strong and activated to keep the low back nice and protected. Let's take 3 breaths here. If you want more of a challenge, you can practice lifting your heels and kind of find that challenge if you want to practice lifting them up and down. 1 more breath. It's already been 2. Nice. Inhale, straighten the legs. Whew, that was warm. Reach the arms up into a star. And then exhale, we're going to just swan dive forward. You can adjust the toes where they're pointing so you're nice and steady, and nice wide-legged forward fold. You might choose to soften your knees a little bit when you fold. Oh my goodness. My cat. All right. So in your wide-legged fold, let's lift about halfway so that you can create a longer spine. Left hand plants down in front of you or fingertips or to a prop. And then we're going to twist, reaching the right arm up to the sky. And exhale to switch, inhale to twist. And exhaling, both hands reach back forward. And then we'll lift halfway, create a flat back, engage your core. Bring your hands to your hips. And then keeping and maintaining a flat back, we'll come all the way up to standing. Reach the arms up into a star. And then we're just going to windmill the arms back to the front of the mat and step forward, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. In front of the heart. I'm just going to switch over to this side, but you can stay exactly where you are at the front of your mat. I'm just going to stay on this side so I can still face you guys. Find your Tadasana, mountain pose. Hands at heart center, or you can bring hands wherever. Start to shift your weight into your right foot this time. Coming up to your left toes. And just practicing your tree pose on this side. Just practicing. Find that focal point. Something steady, like a spot on the floor or the wall. Nice. From here, float your left foot all the way back to the back of your mat for warrior two. Here we go. And bend and straighten the knee as needed for warrior two, warrior dose. Good. Awesome. We're going to move here. We're going to inhale, reach forward, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle, forearm to knee, left arm reaches up over alongside the ear. Good. And we'll move back and forth. Take two more. Breathing as you go. We'll all meet once you're finished back to warrior two. And then we'll straighten both legs and adjust so that the toes are pointed in the correct direction to face the side of your mat. Arms reach out into tray arms. Find the first finger and thumb to touch. And then as you're ready, we'll bend the knees and sink the hips into our goddess pose. Good. 3 breaths here. One more. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach the arms out and up, and then lead with the heart, fold forward. Wide-legged forward fold. And lift yourself about halfway, next breath in, and then we'll twist just like before. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Next, exhale, switch, and inhale, twist. Next, exhale, both hands come back forward. Lift halfway with a flat back, engage the core. Hands come to hips. You might bend the knees a little bit. Keeping and maintaining that flat back. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Arms reach up into a star shape again. Taking a breath in and then breath out. We'll windmill the hands or back to the front of your mat, whichever is the front, and step forward for forward folds, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way out and up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. From the top of your mat, again, we're going to switch, or not switch, we're going to shift the weight into your left foot, coming up to the right toes, and practice your tree pose. Just practicing. Good. Keep your drishti, your focal point, and we're just going to float that right foot to the back of your mat. And this time we're going to come to warrior one. I should probably have my mat so I don't slide around. Ooh, here we go. Now you can see me. And we'll find warrior one this time, so the back foot will point a little bit slightly more forward, kind of more at that 45-degree angle, keeping the heart and hips somewhat facing forward. And then we'll sweep the arms up to the sky. We're going to move here as well. So we're going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow forward, keep a flat back, reach the arms behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades, and we'll take 3 of those. So that's our practice one. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach forward, shift forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And inhale, up, reach, and take 2 more on your own. Kind of like a Superman type of movement here. And next time you reach up to the sky and breathe in, bring hands into prayer position in front of the heart, and then take a big step forward, top of your mat. Shift your weight into your right foot and come up to your left toes and practice your tree pose on this side. Good. Keep your focus on that spot that's not moving and slowly try to float that left foot back for warrior one on this side. Once your hips are and heart is facing forward, we're going to sweep the arms out and up if you haven't already. Nice, looks good. Good. This first one will be a practice. We'll inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, bow forward, but leading with the heart and lengthening through the back so it stays nice and long. And inhale, come all the way up. Nice. And then we'll just do 3 of those on your own. And next time you reach back up to the sky, stay there and bring the hands into prayer position. Take a breath and then take 1 big step forward, top of your mat. Roll it out or shake it out if you need to. Good. Then we're going to rinse it out with a chaturanga. We're going to sweep the arms out and up to the sky. Nice big breath in, breath out, lead with the heart, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, walk your feet back to downward dog. Once you come to down dog, we're going to gently inhale, roll forward to plank or knees down. Exhale, shift forward, chaturanga, over all the way down. Inhale, find any back bend. One more breath in your back bend. And then next exhale, come down to rest. Pressing up through tabletop and sinking back to child's pose, just where we started. And as you sink your way into this child's pose, notice how this child's pose feels compared to the first one when we first logged on here together. Does it feel the same as that first child's pose or different? Notice how the breath, if it's changed or if it's the same. It's okay if it's the same. If it's warmer or colder, if it's deeper or shallower. And also coming back to that intention or purpose or gratitude, whatever you dedicated in the beginning. Now that we have the body nice and warm, let's take one more breath in your child's pose. Just checking how much time I got to torture you. Cool. And we're gonna inhale, press up through tabletop. And then we're going to lay back forward onto your belly. Reach your right arm out to the shape of the T. Right arm comes straight out to the side, palm touches the floor. We're going to do that shoulder stretch, bending the left knee, resting your right ear to the mat, and then any amount rolling until you can open up the shoulder a nice amount, whether you keep your hips on the floor or if you roll to your side and stack the knees or plant the left foot behind you, whatever works here. And you might keep the front arm planted or reach back like wings or bend to the left elbow and wrap the hand behind the low back. And we'll take a few big breaths here, just softening and relaxing into this one. Just opening up the heart and shoulders. The colder it gets, the tighter the heart chakra or, the shoulders and the chest get tighter because we're so cold trying to get warm. So winter's a really good time to do some heart opening. Finish off one more breath on this right side. And then we'll roll all the way back forward like a roly-poly. Oh, nice. You can rest for a moment, kind of come back to center for a sec to kind of recover from that side. And setting up for the other when you're ready. Left arm will reach out, right knee will bend. And just take your time, find the right amount for each shoulder. It's okay if one shoulder is different. Because for me, the side is different. And take some nice big breaths. Breathe as if you're on vacation and you're taking a big breath of beach air into your lungs. So I would not want to do yoga on the sand and get sand everywhere. Yeah, it's like I was telling you guys, like, I think on Wednesday when I was talking about outside yoga. I love the idea of outside yoga, but it's just so hard. It's so different. We'll take about 1 or 2 more rounds of breath here. and slowly and wholly roll back forward. Hands will plant onto the mat and we'll press up to tabletop. We'll stay here on the knees for a moment, so feel free to add your squishy blanket or towel object under the knees if you prefer that. We'll find tabletop. Stay hydrated. And we're just going to do thread the needle here next. So you can set up for that. We're going to inhale, sweep either arm up to the sky, whichever one you want to start with. And then exhale, slide it through, thread the needle. Breathing into the shoulder blade that you're opening, whichever side you're starting with. Plant the hand in front of you, if not already. Take a breath in and press the floor away. Reach the right arm up to this, or whichever arm you're on, up to the sky, and then step your same leg back for that modified side plank and open up that pectoral muscles, twisting the heart up to the sky. Fabulous. Coming back to tabletop. Adjusting as needed. And lifting up the other arm when you're ready. I'm going to do my left side. And exhale, thread it through. Take 1 or 2 more breaths on the shoulder blade. Plant the right hand if it's not already. And when you're ready, inhale, unthread. And step that same leg back. Come to the inner edge of the foot. And twist the heart any amount to the ceiling. Coming back to tabletop. We'll just rinse that through real quick with a chaturanga. Finding your tabletop and shifting your heart forward just an inch or 2. Exhale, lower all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, peel the heart away from the mat to find any level of back bending. Take 3 breaths or so. Good. We'll come down to rest the head and bend your knees and sway the feet side to side. Take your time. We're gonna just come back to child's pose from here. Take another breath or so in your child's pose, and then come to a comfortable seat. We're gonna sit up tall, either crisscross like applesauce, or if you want the legs straight in front of you. And we're just gonna do pranayama. We'll do a breath exercise here before we lay down. So sitting tall wherever you're at. You can even find a wall if you want to. And for this breath, let's see, which breath did I want to do today? I was in between two of them. I think today we're going to do inhaling in, taking a big breath in and filling the lungs nice and slowly and fully. You're going to hold the full breath for a moment. And then as you exhale and release the breath, you're going to exhale and divide the breath into 3 parts. So an example is you'll take a big breath in, hold the full breath for a second, and then exhaling 1 part, pause, 2 parts, pause, and then exhaling that last bit of air and pause. And then we'll repeat that a couple times. So we'll do that together here. I'll lead the first one here, or the first 2, and then we'll just continue at your own pace. So if I'm going too slow or fast, no worries, you can kind of go at your own pace. So we'll first exhale all the air from the lungs, and then take a big breath in. Exhale part 1, pause. Exhale part 2, pause. And then exhale the rest of the air. Big breath in, filling the lungs. Holding that air, and then exhaling part 1, pause. Exhale part 2, pause. And then exhale part 3, the rest of the air. And if you haven't already, close the eyes, rest the hands where they're comfortable, and take a few rounds of this on your own. Taking those little pauses with the exhale and breathing in fully with the inhale. And take your time with this. There's no rush. If at any point you feel dizzy or anything, you can always pause and come back later. take about one more of that breath. Breathing in and taking those little pauses. And just coming back to your neutral breath, bringing hands in prayer position in front of the heart, bow the head forward. And to open the eyes, we'll slowly blink the eyes open to look down at your palms. We'll bring hands to either side, head to neutral, and then we'll come to lay onto our back. And we'll hug the right knee inward to the chest, hugging it in nice and close, flexing and spreading the toes of both feet. From here, we'll twist, guiding your knee over towards the left side, reaching the right arm out and twisting any amount. We'll inhale, unwind your twist, and switch the legs. Hugging left knee in, and then breathe, spreading the toes. Transitioning from here on your next breath to your twist, reaching that other arm or left arm out and twisting. Unwind your twists on your next breath. Straighten both legs for a second so that they both can rest. And let's also just take a full body stretch. We'll reach the arms up and stretch. Then let's roll back into a ball and hug both knees into the chest, hugging them in nice and close, maybe rocking side to side. And from here, just taking any other poses. If you want to take your happy baby pose or anything else like bridge pose or just hugging the knees in. My cat is so cute. All right, so we're gonna just take another like 30 seconds or to a minute or so, finish off your last pose that you'd like to add. Ooh, I don't know why my video looks so dark. Is it just dark today? I don't even know. It's okay. You don't really need to see me that well. Let's get those movements, get those stretches, and set up for Shavasana. Today is definitely the day to use a blanket if you want a blanket. Out of any day, this is a cold day. Gotta stay toasty. Maybe I'd put your socks on. I got my fun fuzzy socks. You gotta have fun socks in the winter. There we go. Oh yeah. So get comfy, find your Shavasana pose or Shavasana spot. And I invite you to close your eyes and start to relax all those facial muscles. And breathing in and out through the nose if possible, if it's not too stuffy or anything today. And just again observing the temperature of your breath as you slowly, little by little, relax your body from head to toe. The ear muscles by unclenching your jaw. I just like saying ear muscles. Your jaw, your throat, shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Chest and rib cage. As you breathe fully into the diaphragm, your solar plexus, your low belly. Grounding your hip points so that your legs, feet, and toes can relax either out to either side or inward. And just feeling the warmth that your body created during this practice. The energy that's now flowing through all points of your body, all energy points. We got the blood flowing, we got the breath expanded. And now we can just let the body process everything from this practice and as well as the second portion of your week after this Wednesday from our last class. And without any judgment and without any expectations, just observing whatever happens in the mind, breathing, and just being present in this moment. Shavasana. Next time you empty the lungs, inhale a big breath in through your nose, filling the lungs to full capacity and releasing that breath out through the nose or mouth. Starting to take tiny movements with fingers and toes. Shoulders, hips, arms and legs. Possibly turning the head gently side to side like you're saying no. Or full body stretch. And rolling your body to one side that's comfortable, resting your head. And stacking the knees. Manifesting and reminding yourself of what you're grateful for while you're on your side. Once you reminded yourself of your gratitude, press yourself up to seated. Sitting tall once you get there, as usual, and bringing hands together in front of the heart into a prayer position. And as you breathe, breathing warmth into your throat and your lungs, I ask you here silently to yourself, how does it feel to be you right now in this moment? To be yourself, to breathe air in and out, to be here and be able to practice. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thanks everyone for joining this makeup class on a Saturday. I hope everyone has a good weekend and everything.
Enjoy it.